Hey everyone, and welcome back to HealthStream. You know, your one-stop shop for all things health and wellness? If you're loving these deep dives, these explorations into these fascinating health topics, well, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. You know, it helps more people discover the channel, and you'll be the first to know when we drop a new episode.
Absolutely.
Today, we are cranking up the heat with a deep dive into Tummo Breathing,
Ooh.
an ancient Tibetan practice that is said to ignite your inner fire.
Yeah, it's a fascinating practice. It goes way beyond just, staying warm in cold climates. It's about harnessing a powerful energy within.
Okay, so inner fire, I mean, we're talking metaphorically here, right?
Yeah.
There's like actual heat involved.
Both, actually. Tummo breathing is believed to impact both the physical and energetic bodies.
Whoa, okay, let's break that down. What kind of physical effects are we talking about?
Well, practitioners claim that Tummo breathing can boost metabolism, improve digestion, and even detoxify the body. It's like a system reboot from the inside out.
A total system reboot.
Oh.
Good, intrigued. But color me skeptical. How exactly does breathing do all that?
That's where the energetic aspect comes in. Tummo breathing is said to influence your prana, your vital life force energy, and by stimulating this energy flow, you impact various bodily functions. Think of it like this. If your energy is flowing freely, everything works better, right?
Okay, I'm starting to see the connection here. So it's not just about breathing deeply, it's about like activating this prana energy.
Exactly. And different breathing techniques affect prana in different ways. Tummo breathing is unique because it combines a specific pattern of powerful inhales and exhales with breath holds and visualizations.
Hold on, visualizations. This is starting to sound a little mystical for me.
There's definitely an element of that. But remember, even modern science is recognizing the power of the mind-body connection. These visualizations aren't just about creating pretty pictures in your head. They're about directing your intention and energy.
Okay, I can get on board with that. So walk me through like a typical Tummo breathing session. What does it actually look like?
Imagine you're sitting comfortably, spine straight, chin parallel to the floor. You start with deep, powerful breaths, filling your belly and then your chest with each inhale. As you exhale, you constrict your lips slightly, creating a forceful expulsion of air, almost like you're blowing out a candle.
I'm already feeling more awake just picturing that.
Yeah.
But there's more to it than just the inhales and exhales, right?
Yeah.
You mentioned breath holds.
Yes. The breath holds are key. After a certain number of breaths, you hold your inhale for a specific duration.
Okay, how long are we talking? A few seconds?
Longer than that. A typical practice involves 3 rounds. In the first round, you might take 21 breaths, followed by a 30-second hold. Then in the second round, another 21 breaths, but with a 45-second hold. And then in the final round,
Things get really intense.
you bet. The third round consists of another 21 breaths, but this time you hold for a full minute.
A whole minute. Wow, that's impressive. But wait, there's more. You mentioned something called a root lock.
Ah, yes. The Mulabandha, or root lock, comes into play during that final round. It involves engaging specific muscles in the pelvic floor to control the flow of energy.
Control the flow of energy. Okay, you're going to have to break that down for me. How does squeezing your pelvic muscles do that?
Think of it like this. You're creating a dam to build up energy and then releasing it with intention. It's said to make the practice significantly more potent.
How much more potent are we talking?
Some practitioners claim it can be 5 times more effective.
5 times. Okay, I'm definitely intrigued now. But I have to admit, I'm a bit skeptical. Is there any like scientific evidence to support that claim?
That's a great question. And honestly, scientific research on Tummo breathing is still in its early stages. But anecdotal evidence from practitioners suggests that the root lock can intensify the energetic experience.
So we've got the powerful breathing, the breath holds, and this root lock technique. What about those visualizations you mentioned earlier? What role do they play in all of this?
The visualizations are all about focusing your mind and directing the flow of energy. One common visualization involves imagining yourself as an empty vessel with a candle lit at the base of your spine. As you breathe, you picture that flame growing brighter and stronger, filling you with warmth and light.
Okay, I can see how that would enhance that feeling of inner fire. But what does it actually feel like to do Tummo breathing? What sensations should someone expect?
Well, it varies from person to person, but many practitioners report feeling a rush of warmth, tingling sensations, or a sense of expansive energy. Some even describe feeling like they're glowing from within.
Wow, that's quite a range of sensations. That sounds pretty intense.
It can be. Tummo breathing is a powerful practice, and it's not for everyone.
That's a good point. Are there any risks or contraindications people should be aware of?
Definitely. The intense breath holds can be challenging for people with certain health conditions, and the strong energy activations can sometimes trigger anxiety or overwhelm in individuals who are sensitive to energy work.
So it's not something to jump into without proper guidance and preparation.
Exactly. It's always best to start slowly and listen to your body. If you have any concerns, consult with your doctor before trying Tummo breathing.
Great advice. So we've covered the mechanics of Tummo breathing and some of the potential risks. But what about the bigger picture? What's the ultimate goal of this practice? Is it just about feeling warm and tingly?
It's much more than that. Ultimately, Tummo breathing is about awakening your inner potential, cultivating a deeper connection with yourself, and expanding your consciousness.
Wow, that's deep. So we're talking about a practice that can potentially transform not just our bodies, but also our minds and spirits.
Exactly. Tummo breathing is a powerful tool for self-discovery and personal growth. It can help you tap into a deeper level of awareness and unlock hidden reserves of strength and resilience.
This is incredible. It's amazing to think that something as simple as breathing can have such a profound impact on our lives. Now, I know we've been focusing on the traditional Tibetan practice of Tummo breathing, but are there any modern applications of this technique? Is it something that people are still using today?
Absolutely. While Tummo breathing has its roots in ancient Tibetan traditions, it's gained significant popularity in recent years, with people from all walks of life exploring its benefits. You'll find modern practitioners incorporating it into various practices like yoga, meditation, and even martial arts. It's become a valuable tool for enhancing focus, boosting energy levels, and promoting overall well-being.
That's fascinating. So it's not just for monks in the Himalayas anymore.
Yeah.
Anyone can potentially benefit from this practice. Now, I'm curious about something. We've talked a lot about the positive effects of Tummo breathing, but are there any potential risks or downsides that we should be aware of? Is it safe for everyone to practice?
That's a very important question. While Tummo breathing can be incredibly beneficial, it's essential to approach it with respect and caution. As with any powerful technique, there are potential risks if not practiced correctly or if someone has certain health conditions. For example, the intense breath holds can be challenging for people with heart conditions or respiratory issues. And the strong energy activations can sometimes trigger anxiety or overwhelm in individuals who are sensitive to energy work.
That makes sense. So it's not something to just jump into without proper guidance and preparation.
Exactly. If you're interested in exploring Tummo breathing, it's crucial to find a qualified and experienced instructor who can guide you through the practice safely and effectively. They can help you understand the nuances of the technique, assess your individual needs, and tailor the practice to your specific situation.
Great advice. It's always best to err on the side of caution, especially when dealing with something as powerful as breath work. Now, I'm wondering about the scientific evidence behind Tummo breathing. Are there any studies that support the claims about its benefits?
That's a fascinating area of research. While scientific studies on Tummo breathing are still relatively limited, there's growing interest in exploring its effects. Some studies have shown that it can indeed raise body temperature, even in extremely cold environments. Other studies suggest it can influence the autonomic nervous system, leading to changes in heart rate, blood pressure, and brainwave activity.
So there's starting to be some scientific backing for what practitioners have known for centuries.
Exactly. As scientists delve deeper into the study of Tummo breathing, we can expect to gain a more comprehensive understanding of its physiological and psychological effects.
This is really exciting stuff. It's incredible to see ancient wisdom merging with modern science. Now, for those of us who are intrigued by Tummo breathing and want to learn more, where should we start? What resources would you recommend?
There are many excellent resources available for those interested in exploring Tummo breathing. One great place to start is with books by experienced practitioners who have studied the technique in depth. They often provide detailed instructions, insights into the practice's history and philosophy, and helpful tips for incorporating Tummo breathing into your daily life. You can also find reputable online courses and workshops led by certified instructors who can guide you through the practice safely and effectively.
That's great advice. And of course, we'll be sure to include links to some of these resources in the show notes for our listeners.
Absolutely. Remember, knowledge is power, and the more informed you are, the better equipped you'll be to embark on your Tummo breathing journey.
Well said. Now, before we wrap up this fascinating deep dive into Tummo breathing, I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier, the idea of unlocking our inner potential. What do you think of the most significant ways that Tummo breathing can help us achieve that?
That's a profound question. I believe Tummo breathing can unlock our inner potential on multiple levels. First, it can help us overcome limiting beliefs and fears. The practice requires us to push our boundaries both physically and mentally, which can build confidence and resilience. Second, it can enhance our focus and concentration. The intense breathwork and visualizations demand our full attention, training our minds to stay present and clear. And third, it can deepen our connection to our inner wisdom and intuition. By calming the mind and expanding our awareness, Tummo breathing can help us access a deeper level of knowing and guidance within ourselves.
Those are incredibly powerful insights. It sounds like Tummo breathing is not just a physical practice, but a journey of self-discovery and transformation.
Precisely. It's an invitation to explore the depths of our being, to tap into our hidden reserves of strength and vitality, and to awaken the full potential that lies within each of us.
This has been an incredibly enlightening conversation. I'm feeling inspired to learn more about Tummo breathing and maybe even give it a try myself.
I encourage you to do so. It's a transformative practice that can enrich your life in countless ways.
Well, listeners, there you have it, a deep dive into the fascinating world of Tummo breathing. We've explored its origins, its benefits, its potential risks, and its power to unlock our inner potential.
We've learned that it's not just an ancient technique practiced by Tibetan monks, but a practice that's relevant and accessible to anyone seeking greater well-being and self-awareness.
If this conversation has sparked your curiosity, I encourage you to do some further research and perhaps even find a qualified instructor to guide you on your Tummo breathing journey.
Remember, the breath is a powerful tool, and Tummo breathing is a testament to its ability to transform our lives from the inside out.
And as always, we'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on Tummo breathing? Have you ever tried it? Share your experiences and insights in the comments below. Until next time, keep those inner flames burning bright.
You know, it really is fascinating how something as simple as breathing can be so powerful, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder if Tummo breathing can have such profound effects on individuals. I mean, what could happen if more people tapped into this practice? Could it, create a collective shift in consciousness?
That's a really intriguing thought. And you know what's fascinating here is that so many ancient cultures recognize the power of breath work. It's not just a Tibetan thing. Think of pranayama in yoga or qigong in Chinese medicine. They all emphasize the breath as a vital force, like a bridge between our physical and energetic selves.
Like we're rediscovering something that was always there.
Yeah.
Like a hidden truth about our own potential, just waiting to be unlocked.
Exactly. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it makes you wonder, what else are we capable of achieving, when we tap into that power?
Okay, so let's bring this back down to earth for a moment. Our listeners have heard about this ancient practice. They've learned about the potential benefits, the risks. What's the key takeaway for them?
The takeaway is this: your breath is a powerful tool, perhaps the most powerful tool you have. Whether or not you choose to explore Tummo breathing specifically, simply becoming aware of your breath, paying attention to its rhythm, its depth, it can have a profound impact on your well-being.
It's like we have this incredible resource available to us 24/7, and most of the time we don't even realize it.
Exactly. So I encourage you to experiment, explore different breathing techniques, see what resonates with you. You might be surprised at what you discover.
I love that. It's a reminder that sometimes the simplest things can be the most profound. Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into Tummo breathing. It's been an incredible journey.
It has. And remember, this is just the beginning. There's so much more to explore with breathwork, and we encourage you to, keep learning, keep experimenting.
And if this episode sparked your curiosity, be sure to check out the show notes for links to resources on Tummo breathing and other breathwork practices.
Until next time, remember to breathe deeply, explore your inner world, and keep those inner flames burning bright.
And that's a wrap on today's episode. If you're loving HealthStream, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a deep dive. And as always, we'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts, questions, and experiences in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious, stay healthy, and keep exploring. It's incredible to think that something as simple as changing the way we breathe can have such a profound impact on our physical and mental well-being.
Absolutely. And it makes you wonder, are there other aspects of our physiology that we're overlooking? Other hidden potentials just waiting to be unlocked?
That's a fascinating question. And it speaks to the beauty of practices like Tummo breathing. They remind us that we have this incredible capacity for self-healing and transformation, often using tools that are already available to us.
Exactly. And when we connect this to the larger conversation about, health and wellness, it challenges us to think beyond just treating symptoms and to explore, the root causes of imbalance, whether that's physical, mental, or energetic.
So true. It's about empowering ourselves to take an active role in our own well-being, to become more attuned to the subtle signals that our bodies are sending us.
Precisely, and practices like Tummo breathing can be a gateway to that deeper level of self-awareness. It's not just about the technique itself, it's about cultivating a sense of curiosity and exploration, a willingness to experiment and see what works for you.
I love that. It's a reminder that our health journey is an ongoing process of discovery, and there's always more to learn and explore.
Absolutely. And remember, even if you don't feel drawn to practices like Tummo breathing, there are countless other ways to tap into that inner potential. Through movement, mindfulness, creativity, connection with nature, you know the possibilities are endless.
Well said. So as we wrap up this deep dive into Tummo breathing, what's the one message you hope our listeners take away with them today?
I would say this: remember the power of your breath. It's a constant source of energy and vitality, and even small shifts in your breathing can have a ripple effect on your overall well-being. So take a moment today to simply notice your breath. Feel its rhythm, its depth, its life-giving force. And as you do, remember that you have the power to harness that energy for healing, for transformation, and for growth.
Beautifully said. And on that note, we'd like to thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Tummo breathing.
It's been a pleasure exploring this fascinating practice with you.
And as always, we encourage you to keep those inner flames burning bright. Until next time, stay curious, stay healthy, and keep exploring.